Welcome to another core narrative bonus episode. What we're going to be doing today is looking at the predictions that we made for the PlayStation 5 live event, and we're going to be seeing what we got correct and what we got wrong. And then we're going to look at the games that they showed. And today I've got with me Noah and Nicholas again. So let's start off by just looking at our predictions. So our first big prediction was a Horizon sequel.
And what did I say? And I was right.
Yes, you were. There was a Horizon sequel and it looked really good, but we'll talk about that later on.
Yeah.
You also predicted God of War, though, that we see something from God of War. And I did think that we would actually see some promotional artwork. Maybe not a trailer, but some promotional artwork. And we didn't see anything. They didn't even mention that. I just say that I thought we were going to see a car game. Something maybe like Need for Speed or Burnout. And we saw a few.
You got
car
two.
games. Yeah, two.
Yeah.
There was Gran Turismo and then there was Destruction All-Stars. And that was sort of what I was looking for.
I also said something that Square Enix would pop up.
Yes, you did. Because you asked about JRPGs. And I said I didn't think Square Enix would show this time round. And they did. They did.
Yeah.
But it was just one game. It was that Project Athia. I thought there were going to be piles of shooters. Lots of shooting games. And there were almost none. In fact, I think there were none.
There were none.
Yeah.
There were two.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't... If you're talking about like COD and like...
Oh, like that.
Yeah. I was thinking more like Tom Clancy and ones like that. But it makes sense because we didn't see really anything from Ubisoft or EA, and that makes sense because they produce games for all consoles. So I guess that's why we didn't see them. I thought there was going to be a Mass Effect. There was no Mass Effect. But that's probably why, because that Mass Effect is made by EA?
Yeah.
I thought there would be at least 5 new IPs.
They gave us about 15.
They gave us a lot. I did think there was only going to be one really big one. But from looking at it, there's a lot of really big ones. Of course, we have the sequels, which are really big. Ones like Spiderman and Horizon. But
talking about Spiderman, I mentioned it after we finished recording, but
yeah.
So
we forgot to mention it in our predictions, but you did mention it afterwards. But there you go, it was there, and it was one of the highlights. It was one of the first things that they showed us. When it comes to information, I was really expecting stuff on VR, stuff on motion, and stuff on audio because they've been hyping it up so much in their last conference that they did, and we saw nothing.
All they did was show us. They showed us the headphones and that we got 3D sound and
they showed us the camera.
And the camera, but no VR games. They showed us no VR games at all. But,
which I don't understand why. Maybe we're gonna have something for that later on.
Oh, and they didn't show a new VR helmet either.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
But then, to be honest, with Facebook bringing out that one that's so advanced, they probably have to go back to the drawing board and see what they could do better. That's my guess, because to completely ignore what's being considered the future of gaming is a bit strange. When it comes to the actual design,
you did say it was going to be sleek.
You
definitely said it was going to be white and black.
Yeah. Based on the controller, we could tell that the colours were going to be white, black with blue lighting, and that's exactly what we saw. But yes, I was right when it came to it not being too bulky and blocky.
It's slim.
Sleek.
I still think it's bigger than the PS4.
Yeah, I think it's fatter than the PS4 Pro.
But the PS4 Pro is more square in shape.
Yeah.
I think this one looks a bit more rectangular, and I find it interesting that it stands up. And that's how they're presenting it. Do they tend to present it? They always present them standing up.
Yeah.
But no one can stand them up. Most people.
I've seen people where they have their TV on the screen and they have a shelf built into their wall and will stand it beside it. I've seen it like that.
Yeah.
But in most houses,
most houses.
on the shelves and cabinets that people have, it has to lie flat.
Yeah, usually, but it looks cool though. Yeah.
What do you think of the digital version and the normal version?
And the disc user version?
Yeah.
I think it's good because some people just don't go out and buy games, but we're obviously going to get the disc version because we like the cases and stuff. But a lot of the games we bought in the last year, we'd even buy the discs for like.
True.
Yeah. But we're still going to buy the disc version because the limited edition discs.
But then if you don't have much space and you're a big gamer, then maybe the digital one makes sense. The prices aren't that different anymore, though, between digital and physical.
Yeah.
Just generally speaking. Back in the day, they used to be a bit more different. Not anymore.
But for example, Death Stranding, when I bought Death Stranding, I bought the limited edition Death Stranding with the guy with the golden face, Troy Baker, on the front. And that was so much cheaper than the normal version of Death Stranding. It was £15 cheaper. So if you were to buy it from the store, it would have obviously been that £60, blah, blah. But I got it for £45 just half a month after it even came out.
It stops you from getting pre-owned games as well.
Oh, yeah, it's realised as well, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, so this version for me, I guess. Yeah. So that was all of our predictions. We got about half correct, I would say.
I got more right than wrong.
If you insist. But yeah, those are our predictions. Now let's have a look at what games we actually saw there. So we started off with GTA. That was another one. Yeah,
I told you.
You didn't mention it outside of our prediction video. And I was just like, meh, surely not. But there we go. That's still
17 years later, same game.
Same game 17 years later. I guess people just love it. Then Spiderman. Now Spiderman looked amazing. And it's Miles Morales is the main character in this one, which of course continues on from the end of the last one.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that they pumped it out so fast. I didn't think they'd be able to bring it out this quickly.
Well, it's understandable because same city, same
Mechanics.
power system, power mechanics, everything.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, so
nothing new.
Yeah.
Not that much new to create apart from character design, models and stuff.
Yeah, true. And I think it's going to be interesting seeing how different he is to Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Because I don't know much about Miles Morales. I didn't watch the cartoons with him in it, but from watching the movie itself, he does seem to have a very different fighting style.
Well, in Peter Parker's one, because he's a tech guy, he always used to make gadgets. I don't know, and he also worked in a lab, so he could make the gadgets. I don't know about Miles Morales because, like, Spiderman would use taser webs, but he can just electrocute people.
Yeah.
So he won't need that. So I don't think we're gonna get like the spider gadgets. It's gonna be more on his powers.
But should I tell you the difference I do see between them? When you watch Peter Parker, the way he swings or attacks is more like gymnastics and elegant. Miles Morales does not seem like that at all. He seems more unorthodox. Or, not.
But it seems to be more energy and more speed to him.
Yeah.
And to be honest, when you do see him standing next to Spider-Man normally, he tends to be a lot scrawnier than Peter Parker.
Because younger.
Yeah, but when we saw Miles Morales, this one looks really bulky. He looks like
it's more. This one
because the one in the Spider-Verse, how old is he? 16.
Yes, it is a high school, isn't it? Yeah. So
that's why. Because most time when he becomes it when he's same age.
No,
he became with 13.
The original was 13 years old.
Yeah.
The original was 13, but this one's definitely this one is definitely
because he went into it was high school. He was going into it.
Yeah.
So that's why he's always skinny. But now he's going into uni. I think.
Who?
This Miles Morales.
Oh, we don't know because we don't know how big the time skip is.
What was he in thing? In
the original, they didn't really.
He was in school.
Yeah, they didn't really say. They didn't really say.
He said it's 15 in the game.
In this one.
Well, in the first game.
In the first game, yeah. So it just depends on how long afterwards it is. When it comes to what's happened to Peter Parker, I'm really hoping they haven't killed him off.
Yeah, it could.
Yeah, they won't do it. They won't.
Could happen, but they're more likely to kidnap him.
Kidnap him or send him off to the West Coast, where because he said Avengers have gone there. So
if you saw the trailer, there was that was electricity on him, right?
On who? Miles.
Was that Miles or was that someone holding him? Or was that his arm?
It looked like he has electricity.
No, I mean the first thing you saw.
Oh, he was blocking something, and then it was
someone's arm
shocking off his or burning off his costume.
That's a good point. Who would be the bad guy for this?
Yeah,
but yeah, definitely something that we're looking forward to. Spider-Man.
Yeah,
and a lot of theories already running for that one.
Oh, at the end, spoilers. But at the end, Green Goblin.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yes. Could be. And Goblin's actually the person that kills Spider-Man.
Oh.
To make room for. Well, you never know. Okay, so moving on to the next game. It was Gran Turismo. So one of the driving games. Gran Turismo has been a long-standing driving simulator when it comes to games. But I've never found them that fun because they are driving simulators that are super realistic. You have to brake right, you have to turn right to be able to play the game properly. So I never found it that fun in comparison to games like Burnout or Need for Speed.
Personally, I've never played it because of that reason, because you're the one which buys games, so I've never actually tried. So I'm more hyped for the other car game, which we're going to talk about in a minute. But
yeah, but it's definitely something that I'm sure a lot of people will be looking forward to either way.
Yeah, it does look good though.
It does look good.
Yeah.
After that, we had Ratchet and Clank.
Definitely on the list for first day buy.
Yeah, it looked really good. And with that, I really like the fact that even though it's still got that cartoony style, it's using the new technology. So they mentioned ray tracing and the materials and the way the light reacts is really, really good. It's looking really well, as realistic as you can with the cartoony style. And it's making use of the technology. After that, we had Square Enix with Project Athia or Athia, however it's pronounced. Now, this is the one which I didn't expect because I have heard that Square Enix have an event coming up, so I did think that they were going to leave this one and show everything there.
Do you think they're going to show more of this there?
They may.
Maybe.
Or do you think they'll just bring out the new games there?
To me, this does seem like they were just sort of showing their face, just saying, "Oh, we're working on something," because it didn't really have a release date.
Yeah.
The fact that it's still got a name which doesn't really sound like it's the proper name, to me, it's just them saying, "We've got more coming, but
we should be here at the main PlayStation 5 event." Yeah,
just to say that we are making stuff for this console, so look out for it. What I did notice about it is that it bore a lot of similarity to Agni's Philosophy, which is a tech demo which Square Enix showed off a while back, and it was using the Luminous engine, which is exactly what this is using. And the way, even though the main character was different or looked slightly different, the way she used her powers and the environment looked very similar to that tech demo. And after that tech demo came out, quite a while back, quite a few years back, they actually sent around a email to everyone. It was a survey, and it asked, "Do you think that this could be the next Final Fantasy?" And questions like that. What did you think of the main character? So it looks like they listened to that feedback. And even though it's called Project Athia now, I think that it could be Final Fantasy 16.
Same.
And part of the reason being that we know that Square Enix don't care about changing stuff. They don't care about changing stuff last minute. Not names, not characters, not battle systems, not stories. And we saw it with Final Fantasy 15, where the characters look completely different up until like the last year the last year before the game came out, or where they changed the name of it partway through. So to me, it might be called this now, but that sounds like a placeholder.
Yeah. Also interesting that it's another PlayStation exclusive potential FF game.
Yeah, but they've always been more loyal to the PlayStation, just as in general. That's where 7 blew up.
Yeah,
and they made a name for themselves. I do find it interesting that it appears to be a normal person from our world going into their world.
Yeah.
So it's sort of going for
isekai vibes.
Yeah, that sort of feel. That could change as well, because we've never seen anything like that in a Final Fantasy, or to be honest, in a Square Enix game that much before.
Well, when you think about it, Tidus went into a different world, you know.
No, it was his world. Okay. So that's something that we're really looking forward to, and I really hope that it's like you said, Nicholas, that they will show it off in summer, later on in summer. Next after that, we had Stray. So that was the one where there's no humans. It was just a world full of robots, and we had that cat. It looks really interesting. Not the sort of game that I would get personally. I don't know. What did you guys think?
I'll just look out for it.
It'll just meh till you see more.
Yeah, till you see more.
And then we had Returnal.
Yeah, Returnal.
Yeah, Returnal.
Gave a bit of Death Stranding vibes, just with the suit. I don't know, the way the suits look, just give me that vibe.
Yeah, and it had a sort of unsettling atmosphere, didn't it? That Death Stranding always had around.
That's a live, die, repeat one, right?
Yeah, where it's repeating over and over again. It looked like it was going for a slightly horror aesthetic.
That's a recurring theme which comes up in this, isn't it?
What sort of time?
The time loops stuff.
Time loop, yeah. Because there's another game which we'll mention later on, which has that as well. Yeah, I guess it's just one of those sci-fi things that they're running with a lot
At the moment.
at the moment. Yeah, it's in fashion. I did like the gameplay for it though. It did look quite like it was fun.
Yeah.
And the way she was using weapons and stuff. But the monsters looked a bit creepy. Yeah. Not sure whether that's one I'd be interested in, but I'm going to keep my eye on it and see how it turns out. Then after that we had Destruction All Stars.
Yeah, that's when I was talking about the next car game when we were talking about Gran Turismo. That's the type of one I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Type of burnout feel plus a bit of
all round fun.
Yeah,
for everyone, in my opinion.
Yeah, because it had really good character designs. The car designs were really cool, and the way they transformed, just the whole sort of feel to it
was the Fortnite vibes as well.
Yeah, I hope it's a multiplayer. As in multiplayer, I can sit in the same room as the person playing.
Split screen.
Yeah, split screen. Yeah, because I think that's one thing that the PS3 and PS4 were missing. Not enough split screen.
I think it's kind of like Rocket League as well.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe we'll have different modes.
No, I'm just saying like how it's just like a bunch of cars smashing into each other.
Yeah, but maybe we'll have different modes. Maybe we'll have more battle ones, more racing style ones, and stuff.
We saw the people when their cars got destroyed. They had to be running around.
Yeah,
jumping on other cars,
which is an interesting game mechanic. So I'm actually really hyped for that one. After that we had Kena or Kena. This one was made by the two brothers.
And from Ember Labs.
Ember Labs, yeah. And it actually surprised me at first because I've seen Ember Labs before. Because I remember watching a movie that they made, that they kickstarted a while back. It was called Dust. And it was set in Asia, in Japan, I think. And that whole aesthetic around it, the way that they filmed it, the story, it was all really well done. So if they can carry that across to their games, I think that we're in for a really, really good game there. I mean, what did you guys think of it?
I thought it looked good, like really good. Mm-hmm. Definitely on the list as well.
Yeah. After that, we had Goodbye Volcano, which now I honestly can't really remember.
What is it?
I can't remember.
No.
It was very stylized. Very stylized. I
can't remember it, and we only watched it a few hours ago. Then I don't think it's that good.
Yeah, sorry. Oh
yeah, the dinosaur stuff.
Well, yeah. Oh, actually, that did look a bit intriguing, but it's really not a sort of game that I'd get.
Yeah, no.
Maybe they're going for the sort of Life is Strange vibe, but with dinosaurs instead. Life is Strange meets Beastars.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll wait and see. Then we had Ghostwire Tokyo.
I thought that looked sick.
That was cool.
I actually really want to play that.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Blend
modern day
Naruto with
sci-fi dimension Saturn. But yeah,
it looked brilliant. Where they had the hand signs being used, the powers. Enemies looked a bit creepy, and it was a little bit unsettling. Like I said, going for that sort of Death Stranding vibe that we're seeing a lot recently. But overall,
yeah,
looks like it's going to be good. We had Jet after that, which it was.
Remember?
It was too ambiguous. It was just too ambiguous to me.
Is that like the empty space one where they were in the spacecraft?
Yeah. And then you had the people on the ground who were all sort of really muted colours. Yeah. To me, if it's ambiguous, it's got to be ambiguous to make you want to play it and be interested. Yeah. You can't just be ambiguous and have people going, "What did I just see?" Because that's the difference. Death Stranding succeeded in that very well. Where we were like, "This is weird as anything," but I actually want to understand. I want to see more. With this, it's just like, okay. So I think they need to work on that delivery there a bit more. After that, Godfall.
Did you speak about Godfall and?
I did, and I said that I wasn't very hyped for it. I didn't think much of it.
But now when we see it,
yeah, it looks good.
My mind has been changed.
The armors are just are so cool.
Weapons, everything.
And the fact that you can upgrade them.
Yeah, I still don't know what type of game it is, but
yeah,
that's to come, innit?
Yeah, but yeah, is it a MOBA? Is it an RPG? Is it story driven? I'm not really sure. But the fact that you have different types of gameplay depending on which weapons you use, that looks good. Yeah. And just the overall aesthetic of the game is pretty cool. After that, we had Solar Ash. Now, this is made by
Hyperlight Drifter.
Hyperlight Drifter's creators, so Heart Machine. And Hyperlight Drifter was a very good game. It was a 16-bit game. It was kickstarted. I remember playing it on the PS4. Yeah. And that game, I'm still not quite sure exactly what was going on there. But it was, though. Yeah, but it was really fun. So I'm guessing that this one will probably be just as fun. And probably just as ambiguous as well. So it's very stylized. It's not like a super graphical marvel, but it did have some bits which has you saying, yeah, this looks good.
I like the sliding around.
Yeah, skating.
Yeah. It was always like she was skating. He or she. It. And then we had Hitman 3.
Never played a Hitman game, but
the trailer looked good.
Yeah, Hitman trailers are always good. But
the film was cool. He was cool in the film anyway.
Yeah. And I'm sure people will be really excited for that. Yeah. Whenever Hitman's come out, people are always really excited for it. We then had Astro's Playroom, which was a kids game. I did say that I did think there were going to be quite a few kids games, and there were. And that does look like it would be fun for families to play. Same with Bug Snacks, which came after it. I feel like I missed out one. Sackboy.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like I wrote it down, but we'll mention it now. So Sackboy is based on Sackboy from Little Big Planet, and it looks super duper fun. Yeah, to me, it looks like Little Big Planet 4. Yeah. To me, but they've just lost the Little Big Planet and the number because there's no need for it anymore. Yeah. Sackboy is the main character. He does his thing. So the rebrand is.
But they get the same sort of tools which you pick up on the way. So
yeah.
That's kind of cool anyway.
Yeah. And I found the old games bundles are fun. I like the fact that you could play with like 4 people at a time, and then there was a whole creative aspect to it. So it's nice. I actually didn't expect anything from them because I thought that they were busy working on Dreams, but it's like they were working on it at the same time, which is cool. We also had Little Devil Inside.
We missed that one. Yeah.
Which I forgot to mention as well. This was weird. The start is super stylized
and the weird animals.
Yeah.
The animals that are too small, and he was riding them. And it was just weird. The creatures just look weird. The whole world just looks strange.
But it did look really interesting and fun though. Yeah. And then we had Demon's Souls. So this is a remake. This isn't actually a new game. At first we were all just like, what is this game? But yeah.
Yeah, the original came out on 2009 PS3.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 11 years ago. Yeah. And people loved that one. I know people loved that. They would always go on about it because they say it was very, very hard. Probably one of the hardest games around at the time. And a lot of games now are based on the sort of formula that they used. So looks like we're getting a remake of that. Probably not one that I'll pick up myself. I've never really been into that style of game. But it looks like it will probably do well. Then we had Deathloop. So this is another one messing around with time. And it looks
random.
A bit random. The powers look really cool though.
Yeah.
The way you're using telekinesis and using it to just throw stuff into your weapons. At one point, he literally just grabbed bullets and threw them with telekinesis into the weapon. It was and throwing bodies around and
and you can even teleport in it.
Yeah, that was well. Yeah.
So he sort of aims his arm, or that weird thing on his arm, and then he just teleports to the location that he's aiming at.
That's cool.
And then we had Village Resident Evil. So that's Resident Evil 8. Now, I've never been big on the Resident Evil series, never really got into it, never played one, but I know that people love those games, so I'm sure there's lots of people excited for it. It looks like it's going to be creepy, and it's going to have loads of horror elements and some mystery elements as well, so I'm sure lots of people will be excited for that one too. Pragmata was the next one. This one I thought was actually made by Kojima Productions at first, because the first character that you saw, the astronaut, he looked like Ludens, their mascot. But it wasn't. It's made by Capcom, which was a surprise.
And also the weather, the raining, and also the little robot. Well, the giant robot he had on his back, which looped around, reminds you of Death Stranding, when he had that spinning thing on his back.
Yeah, and it had that same unsettling vibe as well, where sort of world warping thing. But they left it super ambiguous. And did it even have a release date for that one?
No,
I don't think it did. Yeah, so it seems like it might still be in early.
What was that? The 2022 one.
Ooh.
So in the next The 2 years minimum.
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah.
So it's going to be a while still. But still one that I'm going to keep an eye on. And then we had Horizon.
The one which we're most looking forward to.
Yes.
One which we said straight away was going to definitely happen. And it was the one which everyone thought was going to happen as well.
Yeah.
Trending on Twitter.
Yeah.
Everything.
One of the best games of the PS4.
Yeah, definitely. And one thing that bothered me about it though was that Aloy looks exactly the same. And I do think she's a placeholder. I do think that her design will be different and that they're just putting her in there now, either because they're early in development or they just don't want to show her off yet. So, because it would be a shame, I think, if she looks exactly the same as she did in the last one. But we're in different locations now. It looks like we're going to the west side of America.
So more cityscape.
More we can see city ruins and meet other tribes. And, well, other civilizations. I guess.
I'm really hyped for the new
robots.
New robots, yeah.
Yeah.
New enemies.
Because we saw a giant turtle there and we saw some mammoth-looking...
And also the people riding them.
Yeah. People taking control of them, which until now it was just her that was able to do that.
And
pretty
like
much.
when
and the enemies who were technically working for
Hades.
Yeah, for Hades. Silence also looks like it's going to be a problem in this one.
Yeah.
Cause,
with new faction.
Yeah. Because we turn stuff blue.
He turns them yellow.
And yeah, his one's turned yellow, which means that they're definitely not allied with the other side, which seemed red, and definitely not allied with us. I think it's fitting that he's a antagonist or that he's another player in this because he was influential before. Because we do know, and this is a slight spoiler, but that he was a Banuk shaman. That's why he's got all those blue markings on him. So we do know that he has some sort of reputation with his people and might have followers there. So I'm really interested in them going more into the lore, going more into why San Francisco looks the way that it does, as opposed to the area where we were,
which was just flat. Greenland, a bit of desert.
Yeah, there were barely any buildings left in the original Horizon. So it'll be interesting if they explain why that's the case. But
what I'm hyped for in it, what Nicholas was saying earlier, is that we get to go underwater.
Oh yeah. And maybe if hopefully in air as well.
Yes,
that's one thing. Because I ride one of them flying robots or
the pterodactyl looking ones.
I did tell you about them times when I thought the glint hawks in it.
But yeah, I'm really looking forward to being able to go underwater, being able to do a lot more stuff and meet a lot more robots.
Yeah.
Did you see that turtle one?
Yeah.
That was massive.
The way it came out of the ground, out of the water as well. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you're talking about what could be the problem?
Yeah, I was thinking nanites killing the plants off, like eating them away,
so that no one can live again.
Yeah,
but some sort of disease.
Yeah, I think the disease is more likely simply because we know that the machines were able to reboot life for the humans and reboot life for the animals.
Because
do you think it's Hades trying again?
It's not. I don't think it's Hades.
No,
because I think it'll be more interesting.
Possible.
I think it'll be more interesting if it was another one, because we in Frozen Wilds. Which one was it again? It was the purple
one.
Yeah, the purple one. So
it could be another one. Yeah, it could be. And it goes into that whole thing about what actually happened in those last days and the problems with the systems. Yeah, because I still think that there's humans up in the sky. Because remember they had that, but they said it exploded or something like that, or they don't know what happened to it. So some humans did leave Earth just before the thing, but those are all spoilers. So so we'll finish it up there. But that's what we thought of all the games that we were shown at this event. So many great games. It's so rare for us to watch an event like this, because normally when I watch E3 I'm really disappointed. I'll come out and be like, oh, there's only 2 or 3 games that I really want. But this one, it was literally game after game after game that I'm really interested in.
So what's your list?
What's my list of? Okay, I'll say the top 3 games that I want. Right, Horizon, Destruction All Stars, and Project Athia. Those are the 3 that I'm most interested in.
Ooh. 3?
Yeah,
only 3.
Yes, only 3.
Spiderman. Horizon.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to say Project Athia, but I want to say Destruction All Stars, and also that Tokyo one. Oh,
3.
I have to go with the Tokyo one.
All right.
And my one would be definitely Spider-Man and Horizon and probably Pragmata instead. Yeah, that looked interesting to me.
All right, so Horizon's definitely going to be a first day buy. We're all for that.
Yeah.
So that's all for today. Thanks for listening. Let us know what you thought of the entire event, and let us know what your top 3 games were from this event. That's all for now. Until next time.